good.
Okay. You like that?
Yeah, it's fine. What do you think?
I feel like...
You got a high bun today.
Is it really, really high looking? It looks really high from over here.
Yeah. It's super high. I don't know why.
Okay. Maybe I'll just
I like that you look taller than me.
Maybe I'll like sit it like this. Okay, well. So, what you want to talk about?
I want to talk about burning this whole place down.
What?
The fire movement.
Oh. You practiced that.
No, I just thought of it actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That was really
all spontaneous.
That was kind of cute. That was good.
You like that?
Yeah, it was good.
Okay.
All right, cool. Well, let's talk about it. What is it? What is the FIRE movement?
So, FIRE stands for Financially Independent and Retire Early.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you want to do FIRE?
Yeah.
You want to burn it all down?
If that means that I can retire early, yes.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so to be financially independent, you have to change your mindset, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the normal mindset is to depend on an employer for your needs, right? Or for the ability to purchase your needs.
Gotcha.
Right? So you're not independent, you're dependent on someone. Right?
We all saw how that went in 2020.
And 2020 showed that, you know, during times of crisis, an employer is going to take care of themselves first. Even the undercover billionaire Grant Cardone, you know, he cut a whole segment of his corporation because of the pandemic.
Right.
So it just goes to show that the corporation is always going to take care of itself before it takes care of its employees or the people that are dependent on it.
That's right.
Right? Because the survival of the corporation is the most important thing to the corporation. Right?
That's true.
So to change that mindset, you have to change your mindset to not an employee, but to an investor.
Okay.
Right? So that's where the FIRE movement comes in, is the FIRE movement wants to have invested enough where they're actually independent from anything else but their investments.
Can you repeat what it stands for again?
It stands for financially independent
Retire early.
and retire early.
Okay. So what number do we need to get to?
So
And how do you figure out that
the
number?
FIRE movement has a financial independence number, okay? And that is the amount of assets that you have to have or to actually retire early. That's called a FIRE number. Okay, and a FIRE number is 25 times your annual expenses. And they came up with that number from a study, and that came up with what they call the 4% rule, and it's called the Trinity study. And the Trinity study basically says that if you withdraw 4% of your investments for 30 years or more, you're going to have enough money to live comfortably in retirement. But the FIRE movement took that from, I'm going to retire at 65 to, I'm going to retire in my 30s or in my 40s.
That's what I'm talking about.
So
32. Ready to toot. Get out.
So a lot of people, so say I want to retire with an $80,000 a year salary. I would multiply that 80,000 by 25.
And that's how much you need in assets?
And that's how much you would need in assets to retire early.
Okay. That's a lot.
Yeah, so that's a lot of money. So we can do that math real quick.
Please hold.
Yeah, I knew it was I thought it was $2 million. It's $2 million. So you'd have to have a $2 million net worth
in order to make $80,000 for the next 25 years.
Yeah.
That sounds so overwhelming.
Right.
And so far away.
So the goal of the FIRE movement is to decrease your expenses so much that you can invest 70% of your income so that you get to that financial freedom number faster, as fast as possible. Most of the time, the goal is to get it in under 10 years.
Wow.
So,
like to get that much in 10 years?
Right.
To get $2 million in 10 years.
As a normal person, yeah. As a normal person working an everyday job, average salary $50,000.
Well, we're going to have to add more people to our relationship to get it that way. We're accepting applications. Specifically if you can cook and clean.
So to come up with this goal, you have to think a lot differently than a normal person, right?
Huh?
To come up with that goal. Yeah, call Meredith. She needs help.
Go ahead.
But to come up with that goal, you have to think completely different. You have to have a completely different mindset than a normal person. Right?
Right.
So, and honestly, coming from a poor background, that we come from, this idea is what we were living in normal life. I said that really country. Normal life.
You went real back to your roots.
So for us, it's very normal to shop at a Kohl's or from the clearance rack, or shop from a TJ Maxx from the clearance rack. For clothing.
I'm trying to find our notes.
So it's very normal for us to already be looking for sales and deals and
discounts.
Not buying name brand peanut butter. And
I like name brand peanut butter, but yeah, you can't taste the difference.
So in the FIRE movement, they talk about a lot of decreasing your expenses, and for us, coming from the normal background, we already do that.
So we should have been millionaires already.
Absolutely. Why aren't we millionaires yet?
Societal norms.
That's right. We fell into societal norms that made us broke, like college. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
So, let's say the FIRE movement really. A lot of the blogs in the FIRE movement talk about how they save money, or how they made a penny stretch further in general. Right? And then another thing that we do very well is we side hustle.
Yes.
Right? So the FIRE movement talks a lot about side hustles, whether that be delivering for DoorDash or Uber or Airbnb or whatever else, what other side hustles you can have. They talk about having a side hustle, using your free time to increase the amount of money that you can invest. Because the whole ultimate goal is to get to that FIRE number. When you get to that FIRE number, then you have choice to do whatever you want.
Yep.